for joining today. Super excited to kind of share some information about GreenSky and how we can help everyone grow their business, right? Financing is for sure one of the quickest ways without spending a lot of extra money, without changing your business a whole lot, that you can grow, you can sell larger jobs, and you can close more deals. That's really what it's all about. So that being said, here's kind of our agenda for today. Jim was nice enough to introduce me here. I'm going to go over the GreenSky advantages. I'm going to share with you guys some 4 new promotional loans we're doing for the month of June. Kind of take a look at our web buttons and go over our CTA, which just stands for Customer Transaction Authorization, and review our universal credit application. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this. So for those of you that don't know who GreenSky is, we've been around since 2006. We started doing financing with the Home Depot, and to this day, we're still in all 2,000 Home Depots nationwide. Once we figured out our platform and figured out we could do this at a large scale, we started actively going to contractors all over the country and working with large companies like Lansing to help their contractors use financing to grow their business. To this day, we have about 17,000 plus merchants in our program. We've approved and funded loans for over 2.6 plus million customers, and we funded almost $19 billion worth of loans at GreenSky. Just so everybody knows, at GreenSky, not only do we approve the loans, we also service the loans. So your customer's entire experience is with GreenSky from beginning to end. What should be refreshing to you, we don't buy the loans and then sell them off to an investor. So beginning to end experience is with GreenSky. Right. Why do people love GreenSky? Why have we become the fastest growing finance company in the country? Right? We learned a long time ago that everybody hates paperwork, right? Nobody wants to send documents back and forth between the bank, in this case GreenSky, and the customer, or use the contractor. You don't want to send anything back and forth. So we've created a paperless process, right? You don't have to send in contracts. Once again, a lot of my competition, they want to see the contract. They want to see where the job's being built at. They want to see who signed. We don't ask for any of that. We have high approval rates. If you use GreenSky and financing the way it's designed to be used, you should run right around a 72 to 73% approval rate. And what do I mean by use GreenSky, how it's designed to be used? Whether you use GreenSky or you use Synchrony or Wells Fargo or Interbank or Service or any of my competition out there, we're all going to preach the same thing. And the reason we do that is because we know it works. You got to offer financing to every customer on every single lead. If you do that, you're going to see higher approval rates, right up, like I said, mid 70s to 80% approval rate. Right? GreenSky also has lots of different types of promotional loans. We have no interest, no payment loans, no interest with monthly payments. We have zero interest loans, kind of like the loans you see in the car the car ads, right? How many millions of cars have been sold with zero interest for 60 months, zero interest for 48 months? Furniture guys, they run the same type of ads. GreenSky has all those programs available for everyone, right? Another advantage is you can do the work at any location. It doesn't just have to be at the customer's primary residence. The work can be done at a vacation home, rental property, place of business. We can even do work at, you can even do the work at a mobile home park if you so choose. Let's talk about place of business real quick. I believe that's one of the greatest underused benefits of GreenSky, right? A lot of contractors go out there, they do some commercial work. They could sell a larger job if they had financing available. Remember, we don't care where the work's being done at. So what you can do is you can have the customer apply as a person. They can't apply as a business, and you can do the work at that customer's place of business. So keep that in mind as you're going through GreenSky, and think about if you guys do any commercial job. You have basically 6 months, 4 or 6 months from the day the loan's approved to go ahead and get the job completed and get yourself paid. If it does go past the 6-month purchase window, the customer will need to reapply. Credit limits, we go max loan of up to $65,000. And once again, everything at GreenSky is completely unsecured. We don't care about equity or lack of equity in the property. Minimum loan amounts is $3,500. Let me clarify that a little bit. All right. So you'll never get an approval from us for less than 3,500, but you can use as much or as little as of that 3,500 as you want. So for an example, you might be doing a little repair job. It's only $2,400. That's all you need. You apply for 2,400, let's say. The approval you get from GreenSky will always be 3,500 bucks. It's never going to be less than 3,500. So don't let that scare you. And remember, you can use as much or as little of any of our approvals as you so choose. We do have some stage funding available for those of you that want to send in financials and qualify. So once you get approved with us, if you send in financials, we can get you set up where you can get up to a 50-50 draw schedule. We do have some second look payment options. I'm going to share that with you here in just a little bit. So we'll kind of skip over that. We reduced rate plans. We got all kinds of, once again, we have all kinds of loans that go anywhere. A long-term loan, for an example, for 60 months, 84 months, 120 months. So we got lots of long-term payment options available also. Anybody can be a joint applicant at GreenSky. Sometimes there's an emergency and a customer needs to have the work done right away, but their credit's a little dinged up, right? So mom, dad, aunt, uncle, anybody can be a co-applicant at GreenSky. We also pride ourselves on high accommodation rates. And what does that mean? That basically means that if you ask for $12,000, we approve the loan for $12,000 or more. Once again, we max approve everybody at GreenSky. I would say, last stat that I saw at GreenSky, we accommodate, which means we give you the amount that you've requested 94% of the time, right? Lots of times, sometimes the customer's credit's a little dinged up. Let's say you asked for that $12,000 and within our credit platform, maybe that customer only qualifies for $5,000. Instead of giving you a decline, we'll approve it for the max amount that we can, either up or down. So those are some of the GreenSky advantages. If you guys sign up with us, you'll have an assigned client growth manager, and they can kind of go over this stuff in more detail with you. But that's just kind of a quick flyby on why people love to do business with GreenSky.
Hey, Dave, you talk about your finance limits on there. One of the questions that came in was around the minimum loan finance. So if our limit is up to $65,000, where do you start financing? Can I finance a project at $500, or do I need to do something more substantial?
So once again, they'll ask for you when you're applying with GreenSky, you enter the amount that you want, and we'll never give an approval for less than $3,500. Now you can use as much or as little of the $3,500 as you so choose, but you'll never get an approval from us, even if you ask for $1,500 or $500 or whatever. You'll get an approval for $3,500, and we'll fund the loan for $500 or $1,000. But you'll just never get an approval for less than $3,500, and you can use as much or as little of that as you so choose.
Thanks.
Another reason people love GreenSky is our GreenSky mobile app. The mobile app was a game changer for us. We were the first ones to market with it, and there's so many cool things on the mobile app. We could spend an hour just going over the GreenSky mobile app. So everybody any companies that sign up with GreenSky, all of your employees will have access and have the ability to download the GreenSky mobile app to their phone or to their tablet. And once they log in and get signed up with us, this is what the home screen looks like. And from this home screen, you can do many things, right? On the top left there, you can have the customers apply. There's 3 cool ways the customers can apply. They can ask the customer to see their driver's license, and they can turn that driver's license upside down. On everybody's driver's license all across the country, there's a barcode, right? On the back of that with the customer's information on it. You scan that barcode, and that'll auto-populate the credit application with the customer's information. Or you can use a GPS locator we have in there. some people call it a geolocator. You click that way of applying, and then what will happen is it'll come up with the customer's address and their name. It'll ask you, are you standing at 403 Main Street? Yes. Is Dave Seeger your customer? You hit yes. That'll populate the credit application. And then all you do is hand your phone or your tablet to the customer, let them enter their social security number, phone number, email, income, click on a review screen, click on another screen that says, yes, I understand I'm applying for a loan, hit submit, and within seconds you have an approval right over your phone or over your tablet, right? So not basically once you as a contractor have done this a couple times, it takes only about 90 seconds to have someone apply. There's also a really cool payment estimator. A lot of my contractors sell with good, better, best type scenario. So this allows you to put in up to 3 different plan options and 3 different amounts. So you can show your customer, Mr. Customer, here's what an $8,000 job is, for an example. Here's what a $12,000 job is, and here's what a $15,000, what the payments are for all of these. And here's the different options. So payment estimator is really cool. There's a demo in there where you can practice using the GreenSky mobile app. You can follow up with existing loans with GreenSky on there. The thing that I'm most excited about is the pre-qual button right there on the middle on the right-hand side. That's actually a soft pull on the customer's credit, where it does not show as a credit inquiry. The contractors that are using that absolutely love it, because what they're able to do is get the customer pre-approved without doing an inquiry on their credit. So just think of it like a pre-approved credit card, right? Lots of times when we're sitting at the kitchen table, the customer will say something like, oh gee, I'd love to apply, but I can't. I'm in the middle of doing a refinance for my house, or I just bought a couple cars. I don't want to put another inquiry on my credit. You can use the pre-qual button and get the customer pre-qualified. It won't show against their credit, and it doesn't count against their credit score. So once again, it's a complete pre-qual, right? And there's a resource center on the mobile app also where you can go in there and you can look at some different training videos and cool things like that. So once again, the mobile app, you can run all your GreenSky business basically off your phone or off your tablet out in the field if you so choose. And we spend a lot more time training everybody on how to use the mobile app once you enroll with us. All right, so what's all this mean? You can reach more customers. GreenSky gives you a lot of different payment options, max loan amounts. You can do up to $65,000 completely unsecured. So that's great. And you can delight your customers with it only takes up to 90 seconds to get somebody fully approved. So imagine you go from 0 to getting somebody fully approved up to $65,000 in 90 seconds. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good service, and your customers will love the experience because it is so simple. Because remember, we're totally paperless. So what we've done is we have developed some loan programs, I call them crisis loan payment options. These are just 4 that we have available currently. And what they are is they're 0 interest loans with a minimum monthly payment that roll over to a low fixed rate, depending on what you want to offer the customer, right? So once again, you get to pick either a 6-month or 12-month, no interest with a low monthly payment, and you pick whether it rolls over to a 5.99 or a 9.99 loan for both the 6 and the 12-month, both the 6 and the 12-month promotion, right? Normally, this is really important that you understand how cool this is. So normally, any of these loans, if the customer does not pay the loan off, it rolls over to an 84-month loan with interest rates between 17.99 and 26.99. These loans roll over to a 108-month loan with interest rates either 5.99 or 9.99, and you as the contractor get to pick which promotion you want to offer. Okay, and remember these promos are only good till June 30th. So there's talk they're going to extend them, but we're driving a ton of volume with this because it's the best of both worlds. The customer can't pay the loan off, he gets a low fixed rate for a long term with a low monthly payment. So for an example, plan 4065, it's a $10,000 job and the customer does not pay that loan off during the 6-month promotion, the monthly payment's only $120 a month. So 4 great promotions. You guys pick which ones you want. You know, when you sign up with us, you'll be able to look in your merchant portal and tell you exactly what the fees are. So these are going to go to June 30th. Don't quote me, but I think there's a very good possibility we're going to roll them over for the month of July. Marketing things we can do for everybody here is we can create a flyer for you. You send us your logo and maybe an image where we can, you know, move the house out and put an image of a job you've done or something like that, or a picture of your trucks or your staff or whatever. You send us your logo. This is kind of a leave behind flyer. You can put up to 3 different payment options on this flyer, and you can just leave it with your customer. It'll have your merchant ID number on it. It has, you know, how the customers can apply over the phone or over the internet. Cool little flyer, right? And then what everybody's really loving right now is the web buttons, where you can actually drive the customer to your website. You can have as many different payment options on the web buttons as you so choose. Most people only have 2 or 3. And then you can drive your customers to your web page and get them pre-approved before you even run a lead. How awesome is that, right? Send your customer over there, get them approved, and then go run your lead. So that's really cool. I've got a ton of guys that use that all the time. They send the customer right to their website and get them approved before they go out. Salesmen absolutely love that. So one thing that's kind of changed a little bit with GreenSky is how we've made this totally paperless is how everybody's going to get paid, right? So upon approval at GreenSky, what we do is we issue a 16-digit account number, right? It's basically a MasterCard number. And so how you're going to get paid is you're going to go back to your office or using your mobile phone. You're going to submit a request for us to unlock the account. So what happens is you pick the customer, right? So you'd pick John Smith, let's say, and enter the amount that you're going to request charge, right? And then you hit submit. And then what that's going to do is that's going to send an email and a text directly to the customer. And then the text will say something like, Dave Siding Company is requesting $5,000 on your GreenSky account. Do you authorize it? Customer says yes. That unlocks the account, and then you're able to go ahead and charge the GreenSky account just like normal. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to do. It's pretty simple and pretty easy to do. Once again, it's totally paperless. And if the customer does not respond to the text or the email that we send, for them to authorize payment, GreenSky does reach out to that customer and gets verbal confirmation also. So pretty simple to do, pretty simple to get paid. Once again, we've made this totally paperless now, where in the past we used to have you sign a document where the customer is authorizing, and a lot of people weren't getting that signed. And this will also protect you against customers that say they never authorized you to charge their account. So super simple, super easy to do. Another new thing that we've added to GreenSky is our universal credit application. It's a waterfall application. Once you sign up with us, you'll be given the option to if you want to use the credit application, the universal credit app. We have a couple different lenders in there, and they're all second look lenders that are buying down to like 580 credit scores. So what you'll be able to do is at waterfall. So if GreenSky declines it, it'll give you the option. It'll say something like, would you like to proceed with a second look lender? You hit yes. It takes the information on the GreenSky credit app, puts it on the second lender's credit application. There's probably a couple extra fields you'll have to fill in. and usually within 5 to 10 minutes, the secondary lender will give you an approval or decline on that customer. So usually what we're seeing is about 5 to 10% of the deals that we decline are getting approved by second look lenders at this time. So you don't have to do the universal credit application. Some people don't want to mess with it, but it's a way to pick up probably one extra deal out of every, or 2 or 3 extra deals out of every 10 deals that are declined by GreenSky.
Dave, what are the implications that we should be thinking about for our customers if we're presenting a second look? What does that mean for them, and what should we articulate to make sure that we're addressing to ensure that they don't have any concerns or worries post sale?
So I'm sorry, maybe I didn't understand the question. Can you say that again real quick?
So my understanding is typically with a second look lender, that means that the credit terms change for the consumer that we're working with. And so if we're working with that consumer, what should we be making sure to address if they should be, declined by GreenSky, but then have an opportunity to finance with Aqua as a second look partner, right? I assume interest rate goes up, maybe payment terms lengthen or shorten. I don't know.
Yeah. So what'll happen? What'll happen is usually when you get set up with a second look lender on our platform, they'll give you some choices of loan programs that your customers can be approved on. So maybe let's say you just want to take advantage of the no interest with a monthly payment through the secondary lender, and then maybe a 60-month loan and a 120-month loan, right? So when those loans pop up, when that customer is approved, you'll be given a choice of 2 or 3 different loans that you as the contractor will have already pre-approved the lender to approve your customers on. So you won't be completely blindsided by the options that the secondary lender comes up with.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, and just another little note. Even though you've been approved as a GreenSky merchant, we'll get you over the merchant application or give you the contact information for our secondary lenders that are on the platform. Aqua is just one of them. Another one we've just recently put on there is Mycroft, and so there's several different lenders that are available on the universal credit application. Any other questions about universal credit app? All right. So once again, this is kind of our battle cry at GreenSky. We spend a lot of time training people and trying to get everybody to understand every customer every time. We have a group of people at GreenSky that survey all of our contractors, constantly. We're asking questions and trying to figure out, how does this whole thing work? What little niche can we find? And what we have found is that if you as a contractor offer financing to every customer on every single lead, our statistics show us that you're going to close about 1 extra deal out of every 10 leads that you run. So if your current close rate's 30% on 10 leads, and you close 1 extra deal, that'll put you at a 40% close rate. And the other thing that we've found out is if you're offering financing to every customer every time, you're going to see the average ticket of the jobs that you sell go up right around 21% across the board. So sell 1 extra job out of every 10 leads that you run, and you see a larger ticket price. Everybody do the math. What would that do to your numbers at the end of the year? If you're a larger company, does that increase your bottom line by $1 million? Does it smaller company, does it increase you by $500,000? What does that do for you? And all you got to do is offer it every customer every time. One other tip I can honestly give you that will make financing go easy for you and your team is you're going to have to increase your prices to help cover the fees, right? And we can do a whole webinar on how to do that, And then the other thing is you shouldn't charge your salesman the finance fees. If the salesmen are being charged the finance fees, then you absolutely will not get any traction. So increase your prices just a little bit, And then the other thing you'll need to do is make sure you're not charging your sales reps the fees. And if anybody has any questions about rate, some strategies as far as raising your prices, you can give me a call. All my contact information will be here at the end, and I'll gladly kind of share some ideas on how to do that. How do you become a GreenSky merchant? Can't be a convicted felon, right? Got to have a decent commercial credit. Got to be in business for at least 3 years and have $1 million a year in annual sales revenue. There's a landing page that's been created for Lansing. It kind of looks like this one you see up top there. Takes about 24 to 48 hours to get you approved, 3 to 4 days to get you enrolled, and then somebody will get you trained up. So I'd say from beginning to end, it's probably going to take about 5 to 7 business days to get it done. So once again, super easy to get approved with GreenSky, super easy to complete the merchant application and get you up and running. Guys, I think that is about all I have for everybody today. All my contact information is right there on the screen. I'll leave that up here for a few minutes, and I'd love to take any questions about financing if you guys have any.
Yep. So one came in around. You went through your typical credit score needed for approval. There's curiosity around how that credit score changes based on the promotional rates that you showed. So as you have different promotions, do I need to have a higher credit score to get approved, or does the credit score?
Great question. Once you get approved for one program at GreenSky, you're approved for everything at GreenSky. So if you're in the middle of let's say you get a customer approved for a no interest, no payment loan, and the customer says, we're thinking about this, and I want to switch over to a 10-year loan, right? We know we can't. We overthought this, and there's no way we can pay this off within a year. As long as you haven't charged the account, you can switch it to any program on the rate sheet.
Okay, cool. Then one other one came in. I guess two that are kind of similar in my mind, but maybe differentiating a bit. One is around perspective on how to pair financing with a home improvement loan, like a refi. And then the other one was around any ability to support stage funding.
Okay, for stage funding, to qualify for stage funding, you do have to send in financials for stage funding. Otherwise, it is pay upon completion. So, and depends on what the financials, we can either do 20/80, which is 20% upfront and 80% upon completion, or we can do 50/50. You just need to send in the financials, and the people in our risk department will take a look at it and tell us what you would qualify for. And as far as the refi question, could you ask that again? Maybe I didn't quite understand that one.
If you had any perspective on how you might pair finance with a refi, like a home improvement loan. So there was a conversation I know I had with a contractor at one point in time where he was having homeowners who had already done a refi, and they had some money, but they weren't able to cover the entire cost of the project, and so they were pairing it.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can do that easily, right? We don't have to finance the full amount. We can finance as much or as little of the job as you so choose. As a matter of fact, I have a company that sells kitchens, right? And I've spent a lot of time training their project managers to use financing to upsell the jobs when they're in the middle of the job. Sell upgraded tiles or sell extra fixtures and things like that, where the customer has a very fixed budget, but you're in the middle of the job and you can see that, you can make it really the kitchen, in this example, the kitchen of their dreams, right? By upselling that customer and only financing a small amount of the home improvement. So that happens all the time with GreenSky.
Hey, I was going to ask something as well. The question, is GreenSky affiliated, from a payment processing standpoint with any CRMs, Leap, the digital one-click contractor, things of those nature? Are you guys kind of paired up with anybody else that may help if somebody's already using one of those either estimating tools, CRMs, things of that nature?
We're in quite a few of them. I know we're in talks, and we've got a lot of APIs out that are being negotiated and done and being worked on currently. Like I know we've talked to One Click, Service Minder. I've got a ton of them that we're currently working on. If there's a couple more popular ones that everybody wants, you can reach out to me and we'll gladly talk to them. We've built, just so everybody knows, we've built what we call a modal that'll enter into those CRM systems, and you'll be able to get your loans fully approved without ever leaving those platforms. So to answer your question, yes, we're in some of them, and we're always looking for new partners in those. Like Leap is a really popular one, right? I mean, we're integrated into Leap.
I know you guys were talking to Hover too. So yeah, no, that I think that's important. And the other thing I wanted to make sure that everyone on this call knew that when you are, Dave, you have underwriters that approve loans. You don't call you to approve somebody, right? But you're there to help, once somebody gets approved or anybody wants to walk through stuff. I want to make sure people understand that you guys are a resource in that aspect, but not to call you to get approved.
Right. So what's going to happen is once you get approved as a contractor, in most cases, you're going to be assigned what we call a client growth manager, right? And that client growth manager will be your day-to-day contact if you need anything. He'll help you keep track of your stats, or if you have a problem getting a job funded or for whatever reason, they'll help you with that. So we really try to give you a person per se to help you, and that's normally not me. In most cases, we have what we call client growth managers. The other thing that we do have available, we have a concierge desk. The concierge desk is open till, I believe it's open till 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's always available, where you can call in if you have any questions or concerns with what's going on. The other thing that we do have that I didn't even talk about, shame on me probably, is we have 2 call centers, one in Atlanta, one in Kentucky, that are open till 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, where you can have the customers apply right over the phone. If there's just certain people out there that don't want to put their information into somebody's mobile device, but they'd rather talk to a total stranger in Atlanta, Georgia. But so we do have 2 call centers, once again, one in Atlanta, one in Kentucky, that are open till 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time for approvals.
Yeah, I think that's important information. I'd like to look at, I'll get with Jay on that about adding that into some of our custom literature for the Lansing Green program. And that's the other thing I want to make sure people understood, that if you are a Lansing customer, make sure that they're using the 390 sponsorship code, because that's going to relegate them and make sure that you all understand that those contractors are customers of Lansing, and it kind of does differentiate us a little bit from what's
out there. Kevin, so there's actually a question on that came in around what is the current rate sheet, and does Lansing have preferential rates? So maybe we can spend a little bit of time on that.
Sure. So the rate sheet, the rate sheet that we have for Lansing is been customized for Lansing customers, and it's we have, there's over 20 different payment options available on the Lansing rate sheet. No interest, no payments, no interest with monthly payments. Pretty much any type of loan option that you can think of. We've got a loan that's, I believe it's plan number, I believe it's plan number 1969. I mean, the GreenSky merchant fee on that, I believe, is like 1.5%. And the fees kind of go up from there. I mean, they go anywhere from that 1.5 all the way up to 15.75 for 0 interest for 60 months. So there's you can pretty much pay as little or as much as you want for your contractor fees. Never really had anybody say, well, I can't find a program to fit my customers once they review the rate sheet. The other beauty of the rate sheet is using the merchant portal. Once again, when you sign up with us, we'll spend some time with you showing you how to, navigate the merchant portal. What you'll be able to do is you'll be able to block out all the loans you don't want your sales reps to use or you don't want to use. So, say we have 20 different payment options, right? And you only want to use 2 of them, you can block out 18 payment options. So when you open up your mobile app, the only option that's going to show up, that's going to be available, are the 2 that you've requested. So it really allows you to kind of customize your rate sheet with only the programs that you want your sales team or you want anybody to use.
Yep. And we have available, so if any contractors are interested, we have actually a contractor flyer that kind of summarizes a lot of this. We've also got a Lansing GreenSky rate sheet as well. So just contact your local Lansing representative. We have all of that available. Our marketing department has it. We also house that in a cloud for everyone as well. So just important, like I said, the main thing to differentiate is to use the 390 sponsorship code, because that is the sponsorship code that will separate Lansing from anybody else.
I just wanted to, I pulled this up. You guys also have a landing page. When you click on the landing page, this is what it'll look like, right? You see that on my screen?
Yes, we can.
So on the landing page, all you'll do is just enter this information here, and the 390 sponsor code that you spoke about is pre-populated onto this landing page. So super easy to get approved. Once again, it's a landing page made directly for Lansing products.
Yeah, and I know we just launched that, so thank you, Dave. Can you scroll down a little bit? Are you able to, so just so people can kind of see a little bit more about some of the stuff of how it looks, and it's just going through in a summary of what you just did in this presentation. All of that stuff is in there. So I think it's a great landing page now that we have available. And again, like you said, once they set up, because they're in this landing page, it's automatically the 390 is already populated. I'm just making sure that if anybody decides to call or maybe use one of those call centers or anything like that, just make sure they reference 390.
And there's another question that came in. Did you guys say that there's a minimum sales needed to be able to join GreenSky?
$1 million a year in annual sales.
Okay, and then the follow-up to that is there a minimum amount they have to finance to stay with GreenSky?
We like $100,000 a year minimum.
Okay. That's really good. That's really good information to have, right? So $1 million in revenue to get started, and that should actually be financing essentially 10% of my business through GreenSky to stay.
If you really think about that, that's like one deal a month. It's like, what is that? Like $8,333 or something like that. So it's really not a big ask. And once again, if you're not offering financing to every customer on every lead, your competition is going to come in behind you and take deals from you that you're not, just because you're not offering financing. So it's really something that's kind of important, and customers kind of want it now, right? They want to be sold financing. Look at the big box stores. Look at Best Buy and Lowe's and Home Depot. I mean, you can't take 2 steps into those stores and not see some sort of financing promotion. And a contractor should be doing the same thing.
Liquidity is king right now, right? We know that.
That's right. That's right.
I don't see any other questions in the chat box, so I'll give it another moment to see if anybody wants to pop any more in. In that time, just thanks to Kevin and Dave for hosting this webinar. I think it was really good content for everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think there was one, I got a text on the side, is some of your program stuff has changed due to COVID. And I know some of that a little bit. And as far as like the minimum, do you think some of that may get relaxed if all this craziness lowers as well? Because I know you guys have to protect yourselves at the same time.
I really think I really think it's going to. And things are getting better by the day, it appears. So we're starting to we're starting to see some changes already. So I think that I think we're gonna, I think the big driver at GreenSky from kind of what I've heard is they're really concerned about the unemployment rate, right? And that's the big thing that everybody's concerned about.
Yep. No, and I think that's important, and we will continue. So Lansing, we will continue to update if any of those changes, and we'll always update that. Like I said, we try to be ahead of it if we can, but we are available here to answer any questions. You know, again, Dave, you guys are great. Jay is always very available for us. So I know we feel really good about it. So I really just on behalf of Lansing Building Products, you know, to all of our customers, and I know we have some associates on here as well. You know, thank you to GreenSky. Dave, thank you, you and Jay and the rest of the GreenSky crew, and also to our Hardy partners for allowing us to put these on. Jim, thank you. Appreciate your partnership and all that you do. If anybody has any further questions, please just feel free to reach out to your local Lansing representative. We are here to service your building products needs, and anything we can do. This is just another value-added program that we offer to our customers. So if there is no more questions, I'd say, you know, thank you to everybody for taking time out of your schedules, and I hope everybody stays safe.
Thanks, Dave, for presenting.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.